What's up guys, Josh here and welcome to the FIFA 18 Ultimate Team Road to Glory. Today we're back with episode 3 of the Road to Glory series and so far we're going actually really well. We've been back into squad battles, doing as many as we can. You can see we're still on the professional sort of standards, we're still only doing low points from the games. On my main account I have been playing Legendary and I've been winning games with ease, so hopefully I'm going to be able to pull this over to this side. What you may notice on the screen is obviously we're going into the objectives and you can see on the right hand side is weekly objectives. EA added a new objective bit into the objectives of FIFA 18, and this is actually going to be incredible because they offer so many coins. It's such basic things like playing squad battles, buying players, scoring goals, getting assists for your midfielders. We do get a few of those completed today, and we do get obviously the coins and the packs that we do receive from them, and that's absolutely fantastic for the account because we need all these sort of things at this early point in the game. At the moment, we're not on any of the 1,000 coin bonuses. We're only on the 200 coin bonuses, so stuff like this is going to be absolutely great for us. As you can see, we get the brand new kit, which is the Ones to Watch kit, which I think is really nice. I put this one on. However, I am using two black kits, which is a bit awkward, especially when you're coming up against someone who's got dark kits as well. You're going to have to back out due to the fact I've only got black kits. So I'm going to get that changed up at some point and go for another kit with that one. However, I do love the black kit so much, so I'm going to be using that one as much as I possibly can. So as you can see in the beginning of today's episode, it's mainly a lot of club maintenance. We're going through things like sorting out the team that we currently have, doing, like I say, all of the tasks, opening all the packs. You can see we sold a few things from the last episode, that being Ashley Williams, who we packed, as well as Mark Noble. We still have the bronze guy that I did buy to try and put into the SBC. It didn't work, so I am still trying to sell him, try and just get rid of him. Somebody might buy him. Like I say, we're opening the packs. I got a loan pack from one of my daily rewards. I've also got a pack in there which I got from my web app. Now, again, guys, if you don't already know about it and you haven't been doing it, make sure you're getting your web app packs. They're absolutely fantastic. You can get, like I say, anything from a bronze reward pack all the way up to 5k coins. In the gold reward packs, you can get non-rares. Whilst they're probably not going to sell for too much, if you get someone half decent, you might be able to get a couple thousand coins from them. Also, in the silver ones, you could get a silver player, and the silver players, especially in the Turkish league and the Mexican league, are selling for absolutely tons at the moment due to the fact that you need them to get the Gignac or the Quaresma. And a lot of people do want those cards, so they are going to pay through the nose for the last player they need in their squad. And if you happen to have that player, he's probably going to sell for a decent amount. I was selling them on my main account the other day for anywhere between about 1,000 coins all the way up to about 5,000 coins. There's a lot of decent players that you can sell at the moment. So as you can see, we're actually going into building not a new team, but changing the team up. Obviously, in the last episode, you see we had a Liga Portuguesa team mixed with an Eredivisie team. We're now just going full Liga Portuguesa, or Liga NOS as it's known in the game. So I'm going to be putting that as a 4-1-2-1-2 with the wingers. Now, I wouldn't recommend this for online. I don't like the formation online. However, for squad battles, this is going to be fantastic. And eventually, what I want to do is build another team to have as my Road to Glory online team, so I'll be using that one in the Foot Champions and everything like that. However, the rest of these players will still be used, but they'll be used as my squad battles team. Now, I only want a cheap and decent team for squad battles, and this is perfect. It's got the decent rated players in it. There's no one in the team who isn't actually a bad player. They're all top quality players, and they can play online. I have been using the team online, and you'll see at the end of the episode exactly where I've been using them online. They're still a decent team, however, they're not quite to the caliber of your Premier League teams, your Liga BBVA teams, your Calcio A teams, any of that sort of stuff. So I still want to get some decent players into the club. And there are quite a few players in these leagues that are sort of cheap. Now, the BPL is going to be harder since everybody wants a BPL team. You're going to struggle to get those players. However, the Calcio A and Bundesliga and stuff like that aren't actually bad leagues to build into just because of how low rated the players are, or even, sorry, how high rated they are, but yet how cheap they are. Players like Naby Keita and Forsberg are both great players. I use them in the first few weeks of my original account, and they played really well. So on screen you can see that we are actually selling off the old players that we're not going to be using anymore. We've also got a couple of untradables who we're going to push into our second team. Again, we're only going to use them in professional, or maybe even actually use them in normal single seasons. That way we can just gain the fitness back for our other team. Because as I say, I don't really want to be buying fitness cards this time in the year, especially when I don't have the coins to be doing that. I only really have the coins at the moment to be buying my team, buying obviously injury cards if I really need to, and making replacements in the team. I want to utilise my coins as well as I can, and obviously using them on fitness cards are going to be problems that I don't want. Obviously, again, with injuries, I can put these players then onto the second team bench and run them in through squad battles, which means that they get rid of their injuries nice and quick. So you can see that we go to the second team. Obviously, it's quite a rubbish team at the moment. It's using a lot of my untradeable players in the club, and therefore we just change a few players around, get the chemistry quite high. And again, I have been using this in some of the easier of the squad battles just to make sure that I get the win. Again, only gaining 900 or so points for the actual total, but this is going to help in total anyway. If we manage to get ourselves, like I say, into gold 3, gold 2, gold 1, that would be absolutely fantastic. We'll still get a lot of coins, a decent amount of packs, and that's going to be plenty enough for us. It's the second account in all. It's not my main account, obviously, so I am playing on another account. And as you can see, we're winning the games quite comfortably, gaining in 1,000 points to 1,900 points, which is a lot of points realistically. We want to be using the Liga NOS team in there as well. So, like I say, I'm using that in world class at the moment. However, I've found that legendary actually feels easier to me. So I've been using it in legendary a lot more, especially because you gain a lot more points. Even if I'm only winning the game 2 or 3-0, I'm gaining more points than I am winning the world class games 1 or 2-0. And it's really strange because you'd think that the defending would be better. And although it is better in a way, for some reason, the way that they play is a lot easier for myself. It reminds me a lot more of a foot player rather than it does an AI. And it makes it, again, a lot easier to obviously then win the game. As you can see, we also go into this. This was at the end of the day of Friday night, I believe. And we went and bought an informed player. This card being Brahimi. He's actually a really good little player. I paid 10,500 coins for him. And for an 84 rated inform, he is only going to go up in price, especially if any SBCs come out requiring a high rated inform. He's going to be perfect for that. 84 rated is a really, really big rating for an inform. And as we saw last year, when you needed these informs for that, these sort of players rose, he would go easily for 20 to 25k at least. So it's going to be an easy doubling of the coins. And his discard price is 10,240 something coins. That means that we're going to be able to discard him for 250 coins less than what we bought him for. So even if I use him for 7 games and then decide to discard him, he's still been worth the money. I'm not losing anything really on him. Like I say, I'm losing such a little amount that the coins that I made back from the games is just going to completely repay that. However, I'm not looking to discard him. Obviously, I might sell him on eventually, maybe sooner than later, to help build another team. However, at the moment, I'm just going to leave him in there. He fits my team. He's a great little investment to use. And obviously, again, like I say, I can sell him on a further date. But at the moment, I'm going to be using him in my team. He's a great little player, got great dribbling. I love his dribbling in the game. The LTRT actually works really well with him. I don't know why, but he keeps the ball so close to him due to his, I believe, 90 sort of dribbling stat. He's got 90, 91 dribbling, I believe. And it's just insane. It's something that you're going to be able to use on him all the time. And I was using that online. So as you can see, we are searching for a game online now. And it's against a pretty good Bundesliga team. You can see it's in the 4-3-2-1. It's got quite a few good players in it, then being Navi Keita, Castro, Tar, Sommer, Schürrle, some good little players in the team. Now, you might see that the gameplay is a little bit laggy. The connection wasn't great last night. I don't know if this was my part or obviously my opponent's, or maybe even both of us. It was pretty bad connection. However, we started off the game really well with Bastos. One of the players I was surprised by. Now, his pace is quite low. I was sort of swinging between him or Jonas. I went for him just because he's cheaper. I actually used him thinking that I'd be able to get a lot of headers with him, and that would be quite good because obviously one of the daily tasks and weekly tasks a lot of the time are win a lot of headers. So we went 1-0 up with him, and then obviously we went through it again with Dumbia in the 26th minute to score again. This made us this put us 2-0 up, and the opponent was getting a bit annoyed at this point. He wasn't enjoying the gameplay. I don't know why. Obviously, he does have a decent team. Maybe that's why he didn't like it. I get the ball off of him here. I pass it through. It goes through to Pizzi, who is playing at cam for me, and he slots it into the bottom left-hand corner. Unfortunately, he was offside. The guy pressed the start button at this point, and I actually thought he was going to rage quit. So I sort of sat there for a couple of seconds, decided to resume the match, and it does say that we're going back into the game. So he didn't want to rage quit. I believe he had noticed that the goal was offside and that it wasn't going in. So we carried on playing. Pizzi again picks up the ball, passes it through to Gelson Martins, who hits a pretty decent shot, but it isn't far enough into the corner, so the keeper makes an easy save. It then comes back out with his defenders. We again get the ball back in the 41st minute. It's a lot of sloppy play here. You're not going to see one of the world's best goals. We keep losing the ball. We do eventually gain it back with Pizzi. I believe he fake shots it inside and then he shoots into the bottom right-hand corner. And at this point, the guy does get completely annoyed and decides to leave the game. I believe at this point he actually did pause it, and because he paused it, I decided I was going to keep hold of the ball a little bit more. A little bit of an annoying move, but I kept hold of it up till half time. He does get a shot away. My keeper saves it, and at this point I thought, well, maybe he'll stay in if that goes in. It didn't. We end up going into half time, and he does decide to leave the game. You can see that the possession and the actual shot stats were fairly even, and we weren't having like an off game. We just obviously managed to put our chances away a lot better. But he does rage quit at half time, and that gives us a 3-0 win, and obviously all the coins that we need. It's not going to be the most we can gain, so we get 566. That is with the 200 coin bonus, so we only earned about 360 coins from that. So we go back into the squad and do a little bit of maintenance, put some contracts on. You can see I am running low on contracts, and this is something that's going to be a problem. I don't know whether to start on the bronze pack method, or obviously maybe trying to just do some a lot more of the daily challenges, try and keep hold of all the contracts that I can get. But the only problem is I am running out quick. So we go back in here, you can see we actually do complete another couple of daily objectives and weekly objectives again. This is going to be something that I'm going to be trying to do as much as possible, especially because of the coins and the packs you can gain from it are way well worth the what you are doing for them.
So as you can see here, we are actually doing what is called the Fit 11 one, and that is where we put a fitness card on the team and basically gives us a fitness card back. It's quite a strange one. I guess you can do it in different ways, where maybe putting single fitness cards on the team, or just buying a team that is fully fit. And it is something that is definitely worth doing. Again, it was just a 50-50 one there. It meant that I could make my team full fitness and gain back exactly what I spent. So nothing too major there. Again, we obviously go into here and you can see that we get given a 2-player pack for completing one of the weekly ones. We didn't get very lucky. We got our rare player being a silver player. We did get a Serie A right back though, who will probably sell for a couple hundred coins. And we also do sell the silver player on. Again, it's probably only 300 or 400 coins, so
just a few amount of coins just to add back to our coin total and obviously get us a little bit higher. So we go into again our second game, and this time we come up against a full Premier League team. This guy's Butland, Smalling and Antonio, 3 really overpowered players in the game, and I knew this game was going to be a struggle. In Division 10, I don't think this guy probably should have this team. More than likely he's put a few coins into his account, or maybe he's been trading up until today, a couple of days after obviously the game has been fully released, and he's still only in the lower division. So you can see we go into the game, it's 16 odd minutes in and nothing's really happened. He does get a chance here. He plays a through ball to Antonio, who does slot it into the bottom right hand corner. He did this twice against me. It's quite easy with these sort of players to beat my defence. Whilst the centre backs aren't the slowest, I believe that Philippe is probably only about 68 pace, and Matteo is only 72 or so pace. So obviously they're not the quickest of centre backs, and players like Antonio and Josh King are going to beat him with ease. So again, he scores the exact same sort of goal. Slots it to the bottom right of my keeper after playing a through ball and splitting the defence. It's something that I'm really trying to learn on, especially with the second account. My normal account, I tend to be fine with it. However, on here, I am struggling with that. We do get a free kick, and I decide to give it to our informed player, this being Brahimi. We don't have a lot of great free kick takers, but he was one of our best. I'm still trying to get used to the free kicks on this as well, but he hits quite a nice free kick, and Butland does just get to it. Again, Butland was pretty good in this game, made quite a lot of decent saves, and it definitely helped the player out. He needed it a lot because the keeper made some pretty vital saves. We didn't get anything from the corner, however, we do go through again with Doumbia. I thought this was going top right-hand corner, and I actually thought Doumbia missed it, but it was a great save from Butland. We go into the 61st minute just after half-time, and he does give me a penalty. Again, Doumbia winning it. It's probably one of my better players in the team. I believe this is down to his pace, and obviously he does have some great dribbling stats as well. He's quite a good little shooter. So I have him up front with Dost. It is like the counterbalance to having the tall and strong striker. So obviously we get him to take the penalty. He does stick it down the middle. It goes down the top. The keeper went the completely wrong way, and it's an easy little penalty. This brings us back to 2-1, and this is something I really needed at this point because I didn't think I'd be able to get back into the game. We go on the attack again. Again, this is with Doumbia. He does fake shot it outside, I believe, come back inside, and then he hits a finesse shot. It does get a little bit lucky. I was aiming for the bottom right-hand corner, but it did deflect off someone and bounce just over the keeper. This put us back to 2-2 in the 73rd minute, and at this point, I thought I could actually get back into this game. I'd been playing really well. I'd had all the shots at this half. He hadn't been able to do anything. Doumbia being one of the best players in the team, he was doing that. Here, I get completely dominated. He just in and outed with his striker being Josh King. With the 90 pace and the high dribbling stat, I couldn't do anything about it. The last little dribble he did took it on the outside of my defender, and he slots it into the exact same place he slotted the other 2 goals, and he does put himself 3-2 up. From here, we do have another attack, this one being with Giovanni Dos Santos, who we brought on as a sub. He hit it straight at Butland, and in the 87th minute, that's not great. I needed this win. This is going to be my first loss online. Again, Giovanni goes down the left here. Now, I knocked this ball in. However, I thought that was a penalty. I don't think the defender got the ball there. You let me know down in the comments whether or not you thought that was a penalty too. I definitely thought that was a penalty and that we should have had one in the last minute and potentially brought that game back to a draw. However, we did lose 3-2. We're not going to gain very many coins from this, but you can see I dominated in the stats. I deserved the game, in my opinion. I did hit a few long shots, however. In total, I actually thought I did deserve the game. I thought I played the better person, and I definitely thought I deserved it against what was quite a high-caliber BPL team. Although they're only mid-tier players, they play a lot better than most other mid-tier players. Anyway, as you can see, we'll go into the last little weekly objective here, claim the coins, and that is everything for this episode. I hope you guys did enjoy. It was a bit of an unfortunate episode with an extra loss. However, obviously, we'll get back into the next game and try and get back into the winning ways. If you did enjoy the episode, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe button. Be sure to leave a comment down below. Let me know how you're enjoying the Road to Glory series, and I'll see you guys next time.